Hi, my name is Richard Finn. I am a myofascial trigger point therapist and a licensed massage therapist, and I'd like to talk to you today about the use of the Big Bend Backnobber self-treatment device. This is available from the Pressure Positive Company. I would recommend looking up their website, pressurepositive.com, or you can purchase the Big Bend Backnobber on Amazon, but make sure that you get actually the Big Bend Backnobber. Now, here is the Big Bend Backnobber. It is a very large curved self-treatment device, very elegant, very easy to use, and the reason it is one of my favorite devices to use is because it can be used without tightening the muscles that you're trying to get to relax. That's a huge thing that's very different with a lot of other self-treatment devices. So I will be discussing how to use this. The reason I use this is to treat along the spine. Each pain that you get in whatever muscle, again, we worry a lot about trigger points and referred pain patterns and stuff like that. And oftentimes we treat those, and there are a number of very good books out there that I'll be recommending. But oftentimes people treat those areas and the pain only goes away for a little while. And I think by treating the nerve supply of the muscle that seems to be causing the pain pattern, or at least the sensitized nerves in the area overlying the muscle, whichever way you want to think about this, you'll have much better chances of making a long-term, long-lasting relief if you first of all treat the area where the nerve supplies the muscle, and this will be alongside the spine. So what I'm going to show you is a picture of what's called a dermatome map. Now, you've probably seen this in your doctor's office. If you've ever been to a neurologist, they know dermatomes very well. You can find your own dermatome map just by Googling dermatome and looking for images. And when you do that, you can print out one and keep it inside, right close by to you so you know where you want to treat. Now, another way of figuring out how to do this is if you do a roll down like you do in yoga, where you stand up, drop your chin, and start to roll down. Generally, they tell you to go vertebrae by vertebrae so that you can feel each area relax. Well, sometimes you'll get to a spot where you might feel several vertebrae move and just drop over at the same time. You weren't able to do one at a time. That is usually an indication that you need to use your Big Bend treatment device and put that right beside the spine, right off of that spinous processes, which is the little bony part that protrudes up there. Just drop it into the side there, and that's where you would need to treat. So I'm going to show you a picture of the dermatome map now so you have an idea of what that looks like. So I'm going to focus up here. Let me turn this around. And there you are. Here is a picture of a dermatome map. Now I'm going to get a little bit closer up here. And what you're looking at right now is on the right-hand side, you can see the individual dermatomes. On the left side, it's showing you that this is where the nerves come out to supply the muscles and the skin and everything else along the side. So the idea is if you know where your pain is at, you look at this dermatome map. And again, you can see it going down the leg, you can see it going down the arm. This is all from the back. We also have a dermatome map that you can see from the front. And again, you can see how each one of these dermatomes supplies a part of the body. So the trick is, if you know where the pain is at, you go to the spine at that level. Now over here, I have other pictures here of pain patterns that are known to myofascial trigger point therapists, massage therapists, chiropractors, physical therapists. We all have an idea of where these things are located. So these here will show you where the pain is at. If you want your own copy, I highly recommend that you get a hold of this book, Healing Through Trigger Point Therapy. Primarily, the primary author is Devin Starlinal. She's somebody who's been studying this for many years and knows very well what she's doing. It's the best source of popular level information and the most you can probably learn on your own right through here. Now, in addition to that book, I also recommend, there's another book here by Hal Blattman. Hal Blattman's been teaching trigger point therapy for longer than I've been practicing it. And in his book, he shows you how to locate the areas and to treat with small balls, just with pressure. And he shows you the stretches that go along with it. This is a very easy to use uh, guide. It doesn't have as many muscles as you would find in the other reference. And then my final book, the one I've used actually the most because it's been around for quite a while, it's in its third edition now, but this is called the Trigger Point Therapy Workbook by Amber and Claire Davies. The third edition, the primary author is Amber. I highly recommend, if you can get the third edition, to get it. It's much more up to date. It has the best pictures, I believe, of how to get to the spot that needs to be treated. So my thought here, let me turn this back around, is that what you would want to do is to first of all treat the spinal segment and make sure that that calms everything down, and it should. Then after you've calmed that segment down, if you want to follow the directions in those other books to treat the individual muscles in the periphery, that would be the time to do that. I don't recommend doing that in reverse. Make sure to calm the nervous system down first. Now, I have other articles on here about how to do self-treatment things to calm your nervous system down. It would be worth your while to go through my patient education videos and see what some of those other things are. But let me show you real quick what to do with the Backnobber self-treatment device. So I'm going to do, first of all, sitting in a chair. I do this in a chair when I'm at work, or actually I have a treatment table at work. I lay down and use it that way too. But I also use it in a chair at home. And I like it especially to use it in my recliner. It can also be used on your bed. But here we go. Here's my Big Bend Backnobber. I'm going to hook it behind my body, and it's going to be right beside my spine. Now let's see if I can get this. There we go. Now you can see that. Now over here on the side, you can see where my hand is at. I'm going to press this out, and the back of that Backnobber is pressed right up against my chair, allowing me to, using that as a fulcrum, to get this right up beside my spinous process. That's the bony area of the spine where it comes out. You want to be right beside that. And again, in the area where it's either flattened or where the nerve comes out to supply the muscle where you're having a problem. You can see this isn't taking any work on my part. I'm not tightening the muscles that I'm trying to treat. It's just a really effective tool. And I really hope you'll try to use this tool. Thank you so much. And until next time, keep on treating.